right, so we're going to go ahead and get started lying down on our back on the mat. So just taking a nice deep breath. Breathing in through the nose. And breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. And breathing out through your mouth, just creating that nice, soft out breath that you can feel in the back of your throat. Nice warm exhale. And one more time, nice deep breath in, feeling the belly rise. And exhale. Feeling the belly fall. And just feeling the weight of your body sinking down into the ground beneath you. Feeling grateful for whatever this week brought you. Feeling grateful for staying warm. And then just feeling a nice rhythm with your breathing. Just feeling your breath softening. Feeling your mind begin to soften. And as you continue to breathe, any thoughts that may make their way through your mind, just noticing those. And on the exhale, just allowing them to pass. And then scanning the body, starting at the top of the head. Noticing any areas of tightness or tension. Breathing into those areas and noticing them, and on the exhale, letting that tension go. Continuing to scan down the body. And then forming a dedication for today. Forming a dedication for your practice today, something that is meaningful to you right now. let's bend our knees and place our feet flat on the floor. Just adjusting your hip bones so you're comfortable on the ground. And let's just begin by slowly rocking our head side to side, looking right to left, slowly tapping the chin to the right shoulder, and then slowly tapping the chin to the left shoulder. And as you come back to the right, let's just go ahead and rest our chin, rest our head to the right side. Just feeling a very gentle stretch through the left side of the neck. Just noticing if you have any tightness, you might just kind of wiggle your head a little bit back and forth. Just kind of nod into that right side. And then you might just really activate down through your arms, maybe wiggle your fingers, and just get a really nice stretch through the shoulders as you look to the right. And then we'll switch to the other side. So dropping the chin to the left. And again, just really activating through the fingers, reaching the shoulders down away from the ears, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the head back and forth, creating that space in the right side of the neck. Bringing the head back to center. We're going to breathe in and lift the arms up towards the ceiling. And just roll the wrists around. And rotating the other way. And interlace your fingers. And stretch the arms all the way overhead, getting a nice stretch through the torso, through the shoulders. Nice deep breath here, feeling the belly flatten. Feeling the ribs come together on the inhale and relax down on the exhale. And bringing the arms back up towards the ceiling. We're going to stretch the right shoulder. So we're going to pull the right arm across the body, using the left hand to just pull that right arm across. So right arm is crossing over to the left side. We're using the left hand to pull it in nice and tight across the chest. You should feel a stretch on the inside and the outside of that right shoulder and upper back. And releasing the right arm, we're just going to switch sides. So left arm up, reach it across the body, using the right arm to pull it in. And bringing that left arm back to the center, just floating both arms down towards the floor. We're going to move into a reclined spinal twist. So both arms out to the side, knees are bent. And we're just going to take our knees and drop them to the right. So both knees are stacked, one on top of the other. Arms are wide, and we just drop the knees to the right. And we're going to turn the head looking to the left over the left hand. Nice deep belly breath, creating good space in the rib cage and the abdomen for all of our organs, stretching out our lungs. And bringing our knees back to center, dropping the knees to the left, and looking to the right. And bringing the knees back to center. Let's repeat that just one more time. It's a really good one. So one more time, just dropping knees to the right, look to the left. And knees back to center, drop knees to the left, look to the right. And knees back to center. Let's bend the right knee into our chest, pull it in. And straighten and lengthen the left leg long across the mat in front of you. Pulling that right knee in nice and tight. And then straightening the right leg up towards the ceiling, holding on to the back of the leg. You can hold on to the thigh, or you can reach up to the calf or to the ankle. Flexing the foot, reaching the heel up towards the ceiling. Making sure you're not holding your breath. Rolling the ankle around. And reversing directions. And bending the right knee back in. Stretching the right leg along the floor and pulling the left knee into the chest. And as you're pulling the knee in, we want to think about the shoulders coming down away from the ears and the shoulder blades being long across the floor. So we want to avoid any hunching up around the ears, but just everything lengthening down. So the knee is pulling in, the right leg is stretching out. And let's stretch that left leg up towards the ceiling. And rotating the ankle in a nice slow circle. And reversing directions. And pulling the knee back in. And stretching the legs long. All right, so we're gonna work a little bit with our abs now that our hips and our legs are stretched out a little bit. We're gonna do some leg lifts. So we'll be working with our core, our glutes, our hamstrings. So we'll start by placing both hands down on the floor. So just pressing the palms down into the mat. And then we're just gonna take the right leg and we're just gonna lift it straight up. And then simultaneously we'll switch. So as the right leg comes down, see if you can change and lift the left leg up. And as that right foot touches, again, going back and switching. And switching. And switch. And switch. And relax. So as you're doing those, you want to think about as much as you can the lower back pressing down into the floor. So you want to avoid the lower back popping up too much. It's going to come up a little bit, but to really make sure that the core is nice and stable, we want to be applying that lower back pressure so we're engaging the core. So let's do a few more on our own, and then we'll add some arms. So again, just working with the legs, and as you continue, just thinking about, especially as you switch, that lower back is making contact with the floor as much as you can. And we're gonna go ahead and relax, and let's just bend our knees, feet flat on the floor, and just to relieve some pressure off that lower back, let's just bring our knees into our chest. Just hugging like a nice tight ball for a second. So we're gonna do one more set of these leg lifts, and if you'd like, you can add the arms. So if you feel like you need the stability of the hands to remain on the floor, that's fine. You can just repeat the last set as we just did it. If you feel like you can, what you'll do is bring opposite arm with opposite leg. So I've got my right leg up and I've got my left arm up. So we're working a little bit of coordination, brain work exercise here. So we've got opposite arm goes up with the opposite leg. So we'll go ahead and just do this last set, adding the arms if you'd like to. Makes the core work a little bit more difficult when you don't have the stability of the arms pressing into the floor. Let's do one more on each side. And on your next one, again, just pulling those knees in. And just rocking side to side, massaging the lower back against the floor. All right, so moving on, again, I've got one more core exercise for us before we find our seated position on our mat. So we're gonna work on some what are called roll-ups. So we're literally just going to be rolling up. So this is all core work. So we're gonna start with our arms above our head. So full body stretch. And we're going to be rolling up to a seated position. Now, you may be able to do this without the assistance of your arms and hands at all, or you may need to, when we reach the halfway point, use the forearms and elbows to help you sit, and that's fine. So we're going to breathe in, nice long stretch, and on the exhale, the arms are going to start to make their way up towards the ceiling. We're going to tuck the chin to the chest, And with a little momentum from the core and the legs, we're going to pick the upper body up off of the floor, and we're going to roll up to a seated position. So if you need to use the forearms and the hands to help push your way up to that seated position, you can do that. And then from here, we're going to stretch the arms up, and we're just going to find a nice forward fold for a moment, just reaching towards the feet. So we're sitting up on the mat, reaching towards the feet at this point. And from here, we're going to start to roll down again. So keeping the hands down towards the knees. We're going to round the spine and think about pulling that belly button in, so nice and round. And then again, use your hands if you need to, but if you can, engage in the core, rolling back down to the mat. Stretch the arms up overhead, feel that full body stretch. And then when you're ready, reach the arms back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, rolling up. As you make the top leg point, stretching up, and exhale, over. And rolling back down, rounding the back, keeping that chin down, one vertebra at a time, controlling back to the floor. Stretch the arms overhead, nice long body stretch. Inhale, exhale, last one, reach the arms up towards the ceiling and engage the core to roll it up. Lift up into that staff posture and over into the forward fold. Very good, and rolling back up. All right, so we're going to face the front. And just finding a comfortable cross-legged position on your mat, or however you feel comfortable. And just taking a nice deep breath, just taking a moment to notice how your body's feeling now compared to when you started. Hopefully everybody's feeling a little bit warmer. So let's just close our eyes. You can just rest your hands in your lap. You can turn your palms up if you like. And we'll just make some time here for our dedication today. Breathing in and breathing out. And let's just begin to roll our shoulders up to the ears and down the back. Up, back, and down. Making sure to move the arms and move the elbows as you go so you get full range of motion. And then reversing the direction, bringing the shoulders forwards, downwards. And coming back to center, let's just drop the chin to the chest and just make a nice slow neck roll here, just rotating slowly around. And as you make your way around, reversing directions. And bring the head back to center. In our cross-legged position here, let's just do a seated spinal twist. So we're just gonna bring the left hand to the right knee. We're gonna reach the right hand behind and just sitting up nice and tall, twisting away, looking back over the right shoulder. Nice deep breath. And slowly rotating back to the center. Right hand to the left knee, left arm behind, and reverse. And back to the center. And let's just repeat this one more time. So bringing the left hand to the right knee, seated spinal twist. Maybe twisting just a little bit further this time. And back to the center. And last one, right hand to left knee, and twist. And back to the center. Moving on to a forward fold. In our cross-legged position, we're gonna breathe in, reach the arms up. Feel that nice lift up out of the torso, out of the hip bones. And on the exhale, just slowly folding over the legs, keeping both hip bones on the floor, relaxing the neck down. And from here, just walk your hands to the right. Just walk your hands over to the right side. Just kind of getting into your side waist a little bit here. And then slowly walking your hands back to the center and over to the left. Noticing how reaching from one side to the other changes the stretch. And walking hands back to the center, walking the hands back in towards the legs. And from here, we're gonna reach our hands behind our hips. And we're gonna stretch both legs out in front. Give our legs a little stretch, maybe wiggle your knees a little bit here. Reach the shoulders back, chin is slightly lifted. Take a nice deep breath, elbows are soft. And coming back to our cross-legged position one more time. Let's cross the opposite foot in front. So opposite foot to the one you had to begin with is now in front. And we're gonna repeat that combination, breathing in with the arms up. And forward fold, the arms down onto the mat. Nice. And walking your hands to the right side of your body. And walking your hands to the left side of your body. And back to the center. Walk the hands in towards the center of the body. And again, placing your hands behind your hips, stretch the legs out. So you can either just stay with this staff posture here with your legs out in front. If you want to move into a reverse plank, you want your fingers to face your seat as much as possible. And you're going to engage the core and the backs of the legs. Breathe in, breathe out, and push the seat up off of the floor for a reverse plank. And lowering back down. Shake the wrists out. Roll the wrists around. And if you'd like to repeat that, we'll go ahead and repeat that again. If not, then just find a nice staff posture, just sitting up nice and tall, toes lifted, head lifted, shoulders down. If you'd like to repeat that reverse plank, then placing your hands behind you, breathing in, breathing out, and pushing up off of the floor, squeezing the seat muscles. And coming back down. Shake it out, find that staff posture. And one more time, last one. If you'd like to do this reverse plank, breathing in, breathing out, and pushing through. And coming down. And let's just bend our knees and just find a nice relaxed posture over here for a second, taking the spine in the opposite direction. Very good. All right. So from here, we're going to just take a quick 60-second break, grab some water, make sure you've got your chair and your blocks, and we'll move on to standing. right, so we're gonna find our way back to our mat. Finding a mountain pose. So feet together or slightly apart if you need to for balance. We'll just roll the shoulders back and down, palms facing front, core nice and lifted, eyes soft. You can close your eyes if you like. Feeling all 10 toes on the floor. And then just returning to your dedication for today. Again, returning to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. And with a nice inhale, we'll just lift the arms up overhead. Feel that nice, slow, full body stretch. And at the top, placing the palms together, making those prayer hands. And on the exhale, just very slowly bringing the hands down to the heart center, elbows out. And just holding. And dropping the hands down, repeating, breathing in. Palms together. Exhale, slowly lower down and hold. And one more time, dropping the arms down. Inhale, the arms wide and up. Feel that reach. Palms together, slowly lowering down. Finding your dedication in your mind. And dropping the arms down. So continuing with that theme, we're going to stand with our legs hips width apart. Toes turned slightly out. We're going to be going into a prayer squat. So same idea, but we're going to be adding some core and leg strengthening to this. So we'll be coming down into a squatted position as the hands come down into that prayer posture. So arms down, we're going to breathe in as the arms come up. Prayer hands at the top. And on the exhale, we're going to start to bend the knees as the hands come down to the heart center, keeping the back nice and straight. Breathing in, breathing out. And from here, we're going to just push everything back up where we came. Reaching up on the exhale, float the arms out and down. Very good. And again, breathing in. Palms together. Breathing out, shoulders down, knees out to the side. And pushing back up. Squeeze the seat as you come up. Inhale, exhale, the arms down. And one more time. Inhale up. Palms together. Exhale down. So we want the tailbone to be going down towards the floor here. And pushing back up, nice and controlled, squeezing in at the top. And release the breath as the arms come down. And just relaxing your toes, carefully shake it out. Okay, good. So those leg lifts that we did on our back, we're gonna do those standing today, continuing with that opposition coordination, also working on balance. So have your chair there if you need to. I'm gonna face sideways so that y'all can see, but it's the same motion. It's opposite arm, opposite leg. So let's just start with the legs just to warm up. So you can have your hands on your chair, or if you want to place your hands on your hips, just to get our balance going here, alternating from one leg to the other. So we're just picking one leg up. And as we're doing this, we're lifting the toes to the ceiling. So we're getting a nice stretch through the backs of our legs. And just feeling the stability from one foot to the other. Good. So then we'll add the arm. So as the right leg comes up, the left arm will also come up. So I've got opposite arm, opposite leg. And as you do this, ultimately you want a straight line from fingertips to hips. I don't know if y'all can see that my arm is straight up behind me, straight line from fingertips to hips. And then eventually, as you get stronger and your flexibility increases, you want a straight line from toes to hips as well. So just doing a few more of these on each side. And on your next one, just relaxing back down. Very good. All right, so we're all going to use our chair for this next one. I want to use the chair to help us with our hips and our lunges specifically. So depending on what kind of chair you have, let's see, like I can put my foot through the back of my chair and I'm going to be lunging forward. So this is kind of the goal. If you need to turn the chair around and put your foot on the front of your chair, you can do that. Just be careful because then you won't have anything to hold on to. So you want to just, just kind of make a choice on, however you feel like you can do it safely. But ideally, we put our hands on the back of the chair and then we bring our right foot or left foot up onto the chair, and you can kind of wiggle the back toes out a little bit if you can. And then we want to be leaning and pushing our hips into the chair. So we're getting a stretch in our hips. You might also feel this through your hamstrings, through the back of your leg, and stretching through your foot. So just a good way to use the chair to help us with our lunging flexibility. So when we do our sun salutations and things on the floor, we have more mobility for that. All right, so we're going to switch sides. Bringing the other foot through. And bringing that foot down. Very good. All right, so we're going to use our chair for some seated stretches. So go ahead and grab your chair so that you can sit down in it. So I think we did this one last month, but It's a really good one. So we're gonna do it again. So you'll place your right or left ankle on the knee. If you have any, knee precautions or anything like that, then you might just either cross at the ankles or just keep your legs together and you can just enjoy a forward bend here. But anyway, we want the knee to be out as flat as possible, sitting up nice and tall. And if you already feel a good stretch here, you can stay there and work with that, or you can bend over the leg. And like I'm kind of short, so I actually should have a block underneath because you do want your foot to be flat on the floor. So let's go ahead and slowly roll out of that and switch sides. Sitting up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, folding over the legs. So this is a good one if you sit a lot for work or things like that, you can do during the day to get some circulation going in your legs. And coming back up. And let's go ahead and just repeat. One more on each side. See if you can find just a little more mobility the second time around. And slowly coming up and going back to that second side. One more time. And rolling back up. Very good. So from here, we're going to do just some body circles. So we're just going to be rotating the torso around in a nice, slow, full range of motion circle. If you find that this might, make you dizzy or things like that, just move very, very slowly and keep your circle very, very small. But the idea is to be stretching the lower back and the hips and just getting a nice, it should feel good, just kind of a nice circle for the body. So we're just gonna lean to the right. And as you lean to the right, coming forwards over your legs, and depending on, how far you wanna go, you might even bend all the way forward over your legs as you make your way to the left side. And circle around. And as you come to the top of your chair, you might just release your head back, rolling the neck. So just continuing with this circular motion. And as you make your way around that last circle, let's reverse directions. Rotating the circle in the opposite direction. And as you finish this rotation, just coming back up to the center. All right, so we're gonna finish our standing postures with a sun salutation. It's gonna be a very basic one this month, but we're gonna repeat it through 3 times. So we're just gonna be doing just forward bend down to our squat. We're just gonna find our push-up position and we're just gonna hold it. We're our tabletop position and then just come back up to standing. So just very simple, just kind of a 3-step sun salutation a few times, and then we'll find our way back down to our mat. So we'll go ahead and move our chairs out of the way. So if you'd like to have your blocks or pillows for your forward bend, you can grab those. All right, so starting in our mountain pose, nice and tall, nice and stretched. We're gonna breathe in to our back bend, arms come up, squeeze the seat, just find a nice little curve for the spine there. And arms spread wide out to the side, moving towards a flat back and then down into forward bend. And from here, we're gonna bend our knees, come down into our squat, and from here, you can walk your feet or jump your feet to your plank position, or if you prefer, just come down into a tabletop. Whichever you prefer, just working the core and the upper body here. And from here, we're gonna step or walk or jump our feet to our hands, hands to our feet. And we're going to either reverse swan dive up, lifting the upper body up to standing, or if you prefer, you can just roll the spine slowly back up. And on the exhale, finding that standing position again, and repeat, breathing in, backward bend. Inhale, exhale, forward bend. Coming down into a squat, stepping or jumping, back to push-up or table. And walking your feet to hands, hands to feet, stepping up. However you prefer, and then either slowly rolling back up to standing or lifting the torso, reverse swan dive up to standing. And exhale, the arms back down. And last time through, last effort, breathing in. Back bend, squeeze the seat. And forward bend. Coming down into a squat, Jump or step your way back to plank or table. And then walking hands to feet, feet to hands. Roll it up or reverse swan dive up. Inhale and exhale the arms down. Find a prayer position at your heart center. One more deep breath. Very good. All right, so we're going to finish on the floor with a couple postures, and then we're going to move into our Shavasana. So coming down onto your mat, I'd like for us all to do a child's pose today. So as you make your way down to your mat, just coming into your tabletop position. And once you find your tabletop, just pressing and reaching your hips back towards your heels. Reaching your arms out in front of you, or if you prefer, you can tuck your arms down around your ankles, just relaxing your head to the floor. If you need to, place a pillow underneath your knees. And we're just going to enjoy this child's pose here for a moment. Knees can be together or apart, whatever you prefer. Just enjoying that sensation of your belly, breathing against your legs. So you can either stay in this child's pose, or if you'd like to rock forward onto your forearms, you'll come into an ostrich pose. So with this one, the top of the head actually goes down into the floor. So you'll tuck your chin into your chest and you'll roll, kind of walking your knees in so that the top of your head is pressed down into the floor. So this is a neck stretch. It is inverted, so just be careful. Make sure that this is something that will be okay for you. From here, we're just going to make our way onto our belly. And as long as it's comfortable for you, arms down to your side and just turning your head to the right, just resting, left ear to the floor, feeling the weight of your body sink down into the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. And then turning your head to the left, feeling your belly push against the ground as you breathe. And from here, just placing your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly pushing back up into your table. We're going to make our way onto our back so that we can finish with Shavasana. So just finding that comfortable relaxation position. Breathing in, breathing out, relaxing. Just allowing your body to be completely at ease and your mind to be at peace. Any thoughts, any emotions that arise, just noticing them, and letting them pass on the exhale. Returning again to your dedication for today. And then turning your thoughts to something that makes you feel happy, something that brings you joy. Allowing all 10 toes to relax. Relaxing the muscles in your feet, feeling your ankles drop to the side. Relaxing your calf muscles. Relaxing your shins. Softening your knees. Relaxing your thighs, just allowing your legs to become heavy. Feeling your hips sink down into the ground beneath you. Relaxing your belly. And just feeling the breath moving through your belly like a wave. Imagining that wave rising up on the in-breath crashing down on the out breath. Relaxing your rib cage, softening your lungs, relaxing your heart. Feeling loving kindness in your heart for yourself and for others. Relaxing your lower back, feeling that gentle curve of the lower back as it lifts up off the floor. Relaxing the middle of your back, feeling the middle of your back pressing strongly into the floor. And relaxing the upper back, taking the tension out of the shoulders. Feeling the shoulders dropping down away from the ears. Relaxing the muscles around your neck, around the base of your skull. Relaxing your ears. Relaxing your arms and your elbows, your wrists and your fingers. Relaxing your forehead, taking the worries out of your forehead, softening the muscles around your eyes. Relaxing your cheeks and dropping your jaw. Softening your tongue, breathing in and breathing out. And returning again to that thought that makes you feel happy, makes you feel calm, and brings you peace. So slowly beginning to awaken your body. Just wiggling your fingers and toes. And slowly rock your head side to side. And rolling over onto one side. And when you're ready, pushing your way up to a seated position on your mat. And then finishing today with one last positive thought for yourself as we go into this cold upcoming week. And finishing with a nice inhale and a nice slow exhale. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for being here.
Thanks. Have a great week.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you. Stay warm.
Thank you. You too.
I just was going to say hi. I haven't seen you in a while, so I'm doing good. I hope you're doing okay.
I was hoping that you would. I was thinking about you. I was going to see how things are going, and
It's going. So we'll see. I have it. Last time I went to the neuro-oncologist, they said they think I need chemotherapy or radiation in 2 to 3 years. So I'm hoping to get into a study. I'll find out more on April the 6th. So we'll see. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm just plugging along, trying to stay positive and meditating as much as I can. But yeah.
Well, that's good. So does that mean that they saw something at one of your
Yeah, they saw something. They and I was gonna try to scoot you down. I always have you up on my screen so I can really function. Let me see if I can move you down because you just probably keep looking at my nose. Maybe not. I'm still learning all this stuff.
Okay.
So last time I went in, I go in every 6 months. And so the last time I went in, the neuro-oncologist was concerned with an area. And so they thought it was scar tissue, but my tumor was really weird. It was on a major blood vessel. And so the neurosurgeon was as aggressive as he could be. But I don't know all the details, but I know they were watching one area because they were concerned. And initially they thought it was scar tissue, but it seems to be, I guess, flaring up a little bit. But my tumor is a very slow growing tumor, so they're just going to continue to watch it. But my neuro-oncologist, Dr. Fink, is absolutely awesome, and she's involved in clinical research with glioma tumors, which is a tumor that I have. So hope everything goes okay. I mean, I really don't want chemotherapy, which it was like when